Hello and welcome to our show, Taste of Russia. My name is Sanya, and today we have amazing guest. She knows about Russian dolls more than any of us. Hi Larissa, thank you so much for coming over. I know how busy your schedule is, and we're looking forward long time to meet you today, so thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
Larissa Dayan, she owns of a collection Russian nesting dolls, and she have many other things to say. So tell me, dear, what part of Russia you come from?
I came from St. Petersburg.
No, it's amazing city.
It is.
I know, and you come in 2001.
Yes.
I am right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me how it started for you, all this collection.
In Russia, I was a teacher. I taught in elementary school and Russian language. And I was involved in America in Russian church, Russian folk festivals. And I met Margaret Coleman. She is director of Russian American Cultural Center. And I inherited part of Matryoshka collection because of her. And it's actually an amazing story about Mary McCausland of Voronka, lady originally from Belarus. She was 72 years old, was not able to walk using wheelchair, and she went to Russia first time at 72 with Margaret Coleman. And after she came back from Russia, she was so amazed by Russian culture, she decided to collect like every possible Russian thing.
Amazing.
Yes, and unfortunately she died. Her collection inherited her daughter, and her daughter passed away unexpectedly. So they donated most of her collection to Russian American Cultural Center, and part of his collection I inherited from Margaret Coleman because she was looking for like nice home to keep dolls in. So I said I will take good care of dolls. And you cannot collect just one because they say, one wise man once said, one should never collect to fill up a tabletop or to match the color of the drapes. The joy of collecting is best when it fills the heart. So I guess my heart was filled with Matryoshkas, and now in my collection about 300 dolls.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Do you personally met her? Margaret?
Yes, I know Margaret. She lives in Manchester by the sea, and she has a lot of Russian souvenirs, but I'm so grateful what she asked me to keep those Matryoshka because I was not.
It's an amazing story. American woman wanted collected.
Yes,
this is how interesting is
but
it?
she was originally from Russia, but she never been to Russia until 72 years old.
It's an amazing story. Amazing.
Yeah.
So I know that you own all this collection, and that you just mentioned it's 300. Do you have something beside of Russian Matryoshkas, something else in your collection?
I also collect Russian tea. I love Russian tea. I love to have Russian tea parties. And
I love your parties.
Samovars, I have some cups.
We need to mention that samovar is special dish for make tea in Russian version tradition.
Yeah, it's great. So I have tea parties and
I know, it's amazing taste.
Parties.
It's very different taste than regular tea.
Yes.
So I know also you're holding classes that help to create and make Matryoshka or teach other kids or adults how to make it. Tell us about this a little bit.
Yes, I do have Matryoshka decorating workshops, and I brought some Matryoshka here because Sonia asked me to explain how from the piece of wood become like art. And it's amazing because every Matryoshka in my class, everybody received with Matryoshka like it just simply outlined face and apron. And it's become fully painted Matryoshka. It takes around about 3 hours to complete work. It's not simple.
Oh my God,
class.
yeah.
But wood is like real life material. And you kind of see personality of artist or who is painting Matryoshka. You can see on this Matryoshka, each one looks the same, but final result every is different.
Different emotions, different
Yeah.
depend of personality who paints.
Yeah,
Okay.
colors, face,
Exactly.
everything different.
By the way, can you tell us steps of it? Like you write from this piece of wood become art.
Yeah, so they start with smallest matryoshka. They use wood like linden tree or birch tree. Linden tree is best. So they start from the smallest one. It's handmade lathe machine, and they start making from the smallest one to biggest one. And it's really
Amazing. It's very
amazing process because they don't use any measurement, everything done by eye and by hand.
By hand, so handwork.
Handwork, and they measure by eye. So
and I know this is not smallest one. We have even smallest one.
Yeah.
This one. It's like absolutely mini. Okay, and soon they paint it, and they cover with some spray to make it shine.
Yeah, it's really shiny because they put several layers of lacquer, and actually they still do on big manufacturers. They put it by hand. They take lacquer and by hand they make it over. Yeah, and it's not really good for hands, but it's the best way to lacquer by hand. So it will be very thin layer, and it's about like 3-4 layers. So it will be that shiny. When we do workshop, we're not able to put any layers, so it's just acrylic paint. It's shiny enough, but it's not
shiny.
Professional. It's just for workshop.
This is real nice. I know that, as you mentioned, everyone have their own personal history. They're different size, different shape, and each of them very unique. So it's all related to person who actually paints them. And I know that another thing you tell me that beside of Russian dolls, you also have some part of Russian cultural, like some hair clips, bracelet, jewelry. I see on you beautiful earrings. Can you tell us about this little bit?
I have some because I had organized 2 Russian cultural festival, Matryoshka festivals.
Oh yes, amazing festival.
Yeah, and second one was devoted to kokoshnik, which kokoshnik is Russian headpiece for Matryoshkas, like on the top of it, on the like little crown, would say.
It's beautiful. It's big Russian traditional crown, I would say. Kokoshnik, very traditional setup.
So it was all about kokoshnik, and we had different kokoshniks. I should have bring one, but I have different head pieces, decoration.
Yeah, I saw it, yes. She have beautiful, beautiful museum. By the way, related to kokoshnik, it's also hand piece, correct? Everyone do by hand. Every single kokoshnik, beautiful piece of art, I would say.
It is.
I know another thing also, besides of festival, what you're holding all this, and you have a lot of your video going to show how many Larissa have. Another thing what I wanted to ask you about Russian dolls. I know that you said beside of Russian dolls, you have other dolls. What they are?
I have few just dolls because they have different Russian costumes, and it's nice to show how different they look.
For different holidays?
Not for different regions of Russia. Women, they have different.
I know it. Different color even, and different tradition.
Color, different
South,
style.
North, west, and east. Yes? Yes.
I have few, but they actually made, it's still made, handmade in Russia, in Sergiev Posad, and it's a very small factory, but they still make original
I heard about them. I know they're still alive, which is very impressive because they're alive only by supporting people who love them, fans.
Yes, yes.
Because it's very difficult to survive. I know also besides, Matryoshka means mother. So tell these meanings a little bit. And also I have a question. Beside of mother, Matryoshka, I know sometimes we see men's. What they are. Tell this explanation meanings.
Okay, first Russian Matryoshka, I always ask people how old is Russian Matryoshka, and can you tell me what you think, how old it is?
I think she a lot of generations.
Like how old?
have no idea, but I know.
Just guess.
all.
I'm not trying to test your grade.
Okay,
Your
she might be 1,000 years.
1,000 years ago. Yeah, you see, it means everybody thinks Matryoshka was always with Russia. It's old, but actually Matryoshka it's about like 120 years old. It was not that old.
Okay.
So Matryoshka happened to be created in end of 19th century.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and this is how first Matryoshka look like. It's a
Oh my
simple
God, very
peasant
simple.
girl. It's simply decorated. Small ones, they like don't have much decoration at all, and they was made in Sergiev Posad.
Very simple ones.
Yeah,
like
very simple
exactly.
one, because it originally it was toy for kids. You know, kids can play with them, use hands, and it's very beneficial for kids to use all fingers when they play,
Exactly.
not just two for gadgets. But so it was Sergiev Posad Matryoshka which became first one and very popular. So it's got bronze medal in 1900 in Paris on international exhibit.
Oh, it's
for
very nice.
toys.
This is another my question. What I wanted to ask you that what any most popular one or most known one, Matryoshkas that you know.
Yeah, Matryoshka most famous around the world. There are Semyonov Matryoshka. This one we have on the top of
Gorgeous,
shelf.
just gorgeous
Yeah,
setup.
they famous around the world. In America probably because of his book, The Little Matryoshka, and they're talking about this Matryoshka Semyonov one. And you recognize this Semyonov Matryoshka when you look. Like you see, this is Semyonov Matryoshka. It's yellow, it's red and black hair, and
Very
roses.
symbolic.
Yes, very symbolic. So all Matryoshkas they still make those, but they look alike. So you know they come from Semyonov region. And you ask me about name Matryona, Matryoshka. Matryoshka came from like this little Russian girl. It was popular name Matryona. So it's become Matryoshka, or it comes like root of mater, matra, or mother, mater. So Matryoshka is like symbol
Gorgeous
of mother and family, because family it's like house holding family together. So it's role of mother to keep her family together, keep it safe. And
One piece.
in one piece, you know, make mother has this beautiful shape, highly decorated. If mother makes the same kids, the same beautiful shape, beautiful faces, highly decorated, so everybody can feel fine.
Beauty of.
Yeah, and beautiful, but they can fit in this little space, and it's
know.
very little personal space inside
This
with
is why it's
Matryoshka.
art.
Yeah, but they have enough space because everybody has the same
Fits
beautiful shape. So it's
Very. Now mention back to this. What is men's then? Also, I know Matryoshka men's look like male, female.
and it's. Can you please give me this one?
Yes, this one exactly what I mean.
Because
They can be different, I know. I
yeah,
saw
they
them
can be different, and mostly in during the Soviet period of Russia, Matryoshka associated with female figure, with mother or young girl, because Americans most likely call them babushkas, which one babushka it's old lady, Matryoshka it's mostly young.
Not
girls
very young, but in her mature
in her
ages.
prime.
It's not girl, but it's woman, not a grandma.
Not grandma, but actually I don't have with me, but there are old Matryoshka which represent father.
Yes.
First figure is father, because actually father is head of the family and is great when it is.
And he play all this music in Russian tradition.
And he's,
Garmoshka.
Garmoshka, and he is funny.
Very
good
funny.
musician, so
Talented.
talented, and whole his family talented as well. They have his musical instruments.
And this
Mama
guy
plays
too.
balalaika,
Yes.
and guitar player follows.
So whole family, everyone.
Yeah,
in
everybody
one
playing.
piece.
But even its father, who is head of the family,
Another expression about nesting dolls. This is why. Yes,
yeah,
nesting dolls.
one, nested one inside another,
Another
and
one.
its whole family to follow. It's family of musicians and singers, I guess. But
Whole part.
father figure, it's like head of the family, head of the household.
So they equal, mama and
Yeah, no, sometimes
Then-
mama first and father comes second, but
Second.
it's different. And with Matryoshka, it's actually already modern. They call it artist Matryoshkas because they have different decoration, different colors.
Of course, yes, yes, very
because
personal.
It's personal, yeah, personal artist and expressions.
Yes, I know that anyone who was in Russia, and of course you know, and I know we are originally from this country, that matryoshkas can be like million different shape, different design, and just so different, so different. But one thing impressed me is that I lately find out some politicians become matryoshkas. This is what your set is. If anyone
Yeah.
can see, it's Putin, Yeltsin, Lenin, Brezhnev, Gorbachev, whatever is. So how this started, you think?
Stalin and
Even Stalin,
Khrushchev, yeah. Because during Soviet period of time, it was like 4 major manufacturers what was producing different designs of Matryoshka. One of them is Semenov Matryoshka.
Yeah, beautiful.
So you can recognize Semenov Matryoshka by colors, by designs.
Yes, red, black, and
Yeah,
blue.
this one you can tell this Matryoshka from different family.
Yes.
Because it's not
Different
Semenov.
design.
Yeah, different design, different face, different hair. It's Polhov Maidan Matryoshka. So
And she beautiful, glamour-like. I would say glamour. Fashion matryoshka.
yeah, fashion Matryoshka. It's different. So it was several Matryoshka production centers during Soviet period of time. But in 1990, when Perestroika began, like artists have freedom to paint whatever they want and whatever
And they did
they you know, see how it looks like. So they start painting political figures, and they very popular. And
Little sarcastically.
no, I mean Putin looks really like
Really
big
Putin?
man. He like
And it's a KGB.
KGB, yes, and he's head of Russia, so he's big and strong. Yeah, he is first one. Unfortunately, Lenin, it's very little compared to Putin, but he started it all.
Yeah, he started it all. I know that in Crimea, a lot of very, very different handmade related jewelry, bracelet, whatever you can imagine. The same in some collection that you see, Eva. Things like using for hair, for jewelry, for bracelets. I see you have nice, beautiful pin of Matryoshka.
Yeah, Matryoshka is very popular around the world.
So anything can be.
Yeah, anything Matryoshka.
Based of Matryoshka.
Can be cups, can be jewelry, can be
cups,
books
yes.
about Matryoshka.
Yes.
Variety of books. So Matryoshka theme, it's like very popular around the world. I think even in Japan.
Anyone, yes, anyone know about
Anyone likes
Matryoshka.
Matryoshka, anyone wants piece of it.
I know, I know.
So, and it's really beautiful piece. So I like to have Matryoshka decoration, especially when we're talking about
Exactly.
Matryoshka.
Very, very beautiful. Very amazing. So if people, for example, who are watching us and are interested and want to learn more or find out more, make some research, where they should go?
If you have Facebook page, I have page Russian Matryoshka Club. So here I post about my workshops, I post information about Matryoshka or about kids raising. There is good sites I post on my Facebook. So Russian Matryoshka Club, if you like to, please join, like me.
Please
and
tell about
learn.
this club. Yes.
And learn about Matryoshka. This club is Russian ladies get together. So we did 2 Russian festivals, and it's nice, you know, when living outside of Russia. It's nice to have people you can speak the same language and share, you know, memories and do something. Feel yourself Russian, because you know, I did not collect Matryoshka in Russia because it was like something.
This is amazing part of it. That
Yeah.
most of us not know big history until it's come to you. So it's interesting to Americans, to Russians, and to anyone, correct? Come and learn.
When you come in foreign country, you start thinking about your, you know, roots, and you come, and it's really amazing history of Russia, cultures. So I'm glad I can do it.
Do you have a lot of Americans coming over interested for your classes?
Yeah, actually, mostly Americans coming because
Adults and kids?
Adults, kids, adults very interested because Russians, they know everything about Matryoshka. Even they don't, they think they do. But Americans, they do interested, and they come in classes, they come drink Russian tea, and a lot of things happening at the Museum of Russian Icons.
Oh yes, Russian Icon Museum. Yes, everyone probably know about it, but they not realize how big history in Russian Icon Museum, because icons just amazing, and every time they have different exhibits. Correct? Anything coming over soon?
So, Museum of Russian Icons was opened in 2006 in Clinton, Massachusetts, not far away from here.
Very amazing place to go. Suggest to everyone.
Yeah, and it was Matryoshka exhibit 2013. And I'm docent in this museum, so every other Saturday I do tours.
Yes,
Docents
Larissa
are
very nice
volunteers.
about it, very
Yeah,
nice.
so we
She do
we
hard
do
work.
tours. And Matryoshka, like from this little small peasant girl, simply decorated, it's like just surface for paint, for artists to, work.
Impress
And
their skills.
yes, and from this one, Matryoshka become like, if we're talking about Icons Museum, this Matryoshka, like this icon of Mother of God Vladimirskaya.
Yes.
Yeah, and here it's...
She have religion meanings in
Yeah,
her.
it's religion means, but Matryoshka is just surface. You can paint anything on this
You want
surface.
on it.
It depends of your skills,
Your
yeah,
wishes.
imaginations. So this one, Matryoshka of
Very impressive.
Christ. So, but it's just surface.
So it's have some little bit related to church too, to religion. It's like represent religion of Russia.
No, religion is part of culture,
Yes.
and so it is. It's great somebody use Matryoshka surface to paint, like
exactly.
icons. I wouldn't say it's icons because icons is religious
But it
images.
can be, I mean, it can be icon. Is like in Russian Icon Museum, some Matryoshkas, just you mentioned, represent.
No, I wouldn't call it icon because icon is a little bit different, flat surface. But some people with religious, hearts, they decided to paint.
I see this is flat thing, they're what they are.
It's because if I'm having this Matryoshka workshop with those guys, I told it's like 3 hours. It's really like intensive workshop for 3 hours. But I tell Russian fairy tales, and especially for Christmas time, it's nice to have Christmas decorations. So it's made from wood in Russia, and it takes about an hour. I tell story, Matryoshka story, and we decorate those Christmas
From this to this
decoration.
become.
Yeah, so
Kids
from
can do it
simple,
too?
yeah, kids can do better 7 and up years old. So, but it's more simple workshop I offer for
Very
people,
nice,
and
very
especially
nice.
for Christmas time. And it's very interesting what in Museum of Russian Icons it will be. It's called a glittering gift. It will be great exhibit about New Year's decoration. So it will be all about Christmas and New Year in Russia. So it will be great exhibit to come, and it's kids friendly. So it will be great to come and see all this old decoration we used to decorate our Christmas trees. And I will have couple workshops. So if you're interested, come to the museum.
Absolutely, we will love to. If we want to see all your collection, because you said you have 300 of them, they can come to any website, any of interesting people who see us. Do you have website where they can see all of them?
No, I don't have website because it's a lot of work. So if you come
To your place.
to my
Okay.
place, yeah, I can offer. You can find me on Facebook, and it's like mini museum at home.
I saw it, it's amazing, it's
Yeah,
impressive.
so we can have Matryoshka talk, or we have Russian tea party with Matryoshka company. So, and I live in West Boston, so it's not far away from here. So little
Absolutely.
groups, little birthday parties, we can make it fun and
I'm in
feel
list.
and
Great.
feel yourself Russian.
Very,
Learn
very
about
impressive.
Russian
I saw
history.
it, Larissa showed us, and it's very impressive, very nice. I not know you have anything to add for what we're talking? Would you like say something to our watchers? interesting that maybe we not mentioned little Ella?
No, I think it's a lot of interesting because I told in Russia we did not think about Matryoshka as a interesting object. It was just
Part of us, a part of our
us, or
lives.
souvenir for tourists. Usually tourists buy them. But when you really collect, start collecting, and they say you fill your heart with your collection, I know so much story of Matryoshka. It's amazing to look at each other, and a lot of Matryoshka now they decorate it with Russian fairy tales. So when I tell fairy tales, I open Matryoshka, and it's like book. One after another shows you different pictures and lead you through the story. So Matryoshka is really amazing for me, and now with a lot of artist Matryoshka, you see so many different styles, design, shapes.
I know, they're
And
amazing.
Yeah,
collection.
it's like little people, like little friends.
Almost alive very soon.
Almost alive, because they look like really faces amazing, really
know.
kind, beautiful, especially new Matryoshkas.
Cheer up, I would say. This
They
is how I
cheer
feel.
out because they say living in Soviet Union, I guess we didn't have too many dolls to play with in our
Yeah, I know.
time. So now we're making up
Our
playing
time,
with
children
all-
time.
all-
Lara, tell us how you keep them actually, because they have to be in good shape. So you take care of them, correct? Like,
No, I do take care. You have to, put
No,
humidity
why?
down, wipe them with the dust.
so if anyone would like to, please contact Lara or go to whatever website and see this amazing, and come to Russian Icon Museum and come to her festival, which is going to be in Mother's Day, whatever in a year, yes? Because I know that 2 years ago we had it, 1 year ago, or 2
Yeah,
years ago.
I have to, we'll see about next
It's
one.
Russian food, it's Russian dolls, it's Russian kokoshnik, and everything Russian.
Okay, but first thing come to Museum of Russian Icons. There's a lot of lectures,
History.
concerts, and it's an amazing collection because it's about 1,000 pieces in museum collection, but about 300 on display, and we have a temporary exhibit with changing like every 3-4 months.
Yeah, I know, I've been a few times.
Yeah.
It's very amazing to learn today, and I know that about this we can talk again and again and again, and it's
Sure.
like unlimited time and options. But thank you so much for bringing us in this world, in this beautiful world, bring me back and in my memory, and tell to everyone who don't know, Americans or Russians or whatever, how interesting places we can visit. We all can visit. Thank you so
Okay.
much for coming over,
Thank you for
Larissa.
inviting me.
We
Thank
very
you.
appreciate it. It's amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. So I guess you guys all was liked what we heard today and what we find out about Russian Icon Museum, about Russian Matryoshka, about Larissa Dan, and I hope you all enjoyed it. So for today we're all done. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye.